Everybody on your feed already knows how this ends. Last week, a Bloomberg column said American stocks are already in bubble territory. 2 days later, a second Bloomberg piece put a year on the burst. And in July, Ed Yardeni said the earnings behind this market are real. Same public numbers. 3 different endings. So put the verdict down for 5 minutes and pick up what the numbers are for. A test. Here are the 3 checks. Check 1, price against earnings. Number 2, money moving in a circle. In the last one, how much of the whole market sits in a handful of names. Hold on to those 3. We'll run the year 2000 through them first, then hold today up to the same 3. Nobody can tell you when. Anybody can run the test. Check 1. Take what a company earns in a year, then count how many years of that profit you're paying for. That count is called price to earnings. 20 means you're paying 20 years of today's profit. In March of 2000, Cisco was the most valuable company on earth. Buyers were paying about 150 years of the profit Cisco made that year. Cisco is a good company. It still sells the machines that move the internet, and it took almost 26 years to get back to that price. Check 2. Watch which way the money moves. A normal sale runs one way. The customer pays the supplier, and it's finished. In a bubble, the supplier hands the customer the money first, then books the purchase as a sale. That's circular revenue, cash that leaves by one door and comes back through another. Lucent Technologies put it in writing in 2001. It had close to $7 billion lent out to its own customers. One went bankrupt, and Lucent wrote off every dollar it had lent. Check 3. Concentration. That's how much of the whole market sits in a few names. It reaches you because an index fund buys the market exactly as it is. At the top in March of 2000, the 10 biggest American companies were under 27% of the index. When nearly everybody owns the same few stocks, there's nobody left to buy them and nobody left to catch you. So run the year 2000 through all 3. Price against earnings past anything anyone had paid before. Money in a circle with Lucent lending its own customers the cash. Concentration, the same few names at a record, 3 for 3. Then the Nasdaq fell about 78% and took 15 years to climb back. Nobody can tell you when. Anybody can run the test. Now hold today up to the same 3. Check 1. Price against earnings. Nvidia costs about 32 years of the profit it has already made. That's expensive, and it's nowhere near Cisco's 150. And real money sits underneath it. Nvidia took in over $250 billion of revenue in the last 12 months. By Jay Ritter's count at the University of Florida, 81% of the companies that listed in 2000 were losing money. Honest label on check 1. This one checks out. Check 2. Money in a circle. Last Monday, Nvidia filed a promise with the regulator. It covers the rent on OpenAI's Ohio data centers, capped at $105 billion. The same filing says OpenAI will fill that site with Nvidia machines. CoreWeave filed something similar last September. If CoreWeave can't rent its computers out, Nvidia buys the leftovers until 2032. Nvidia also sells CoreWeave its chips and owns a slice of it. That is Lucent's shape in today's paperwork, but nobody has collected on any of it yet. So the label on check 2 is too early to know. Check 3, concentration. JP Morgan counted the 10 biggest American companies at almost 41% of the index in May. At the dot-com peak, the same 10 were under 27. So put $10,000 in a plain American index fund. About 4,000 of it lands in 10 companies. Most are making the same bet on the same technology. You never picked that. The index picked it for you. Honest label on check 3. This one looks stretched. Subscribe if you'd rather have the mechanics than the shouting. One thing explained properly every week with every number on screen so you can check it yourself. One check clean, one unreadable, one stretched. A mixed score is the honest one. Here's the part nobody shouts. This year those giant names have lagged and the other 493 carried the index. Ed Yardeni looks at that and sees real earnings. Ray Dalio was asked this month if this is the biggest bubble in American history. He said yes. So tonight open your own fund and read its top 10 holdings. That's the 2 minutes this video is for. None of this is financial advice, and everybody named here has been wrong before. Nobody can tell you when. Anybody can run the test.